We'll
Yeah,
just,
we need all the help we can get.
there we go.
This meeting is being recorded. Okay,
Awesome. It's 11:11. Make a
good
wish.
job.
11:11. That's a lucky time.
Okay. Oh yes, I'm making
Wish.
making a long wish. Okay, got it.
Okay. So I want to start with, if I can pull that up. Cool. The connection is really not great either, but
I know you're kind of winging
it's all right.
in and out.
Everything. Oh, I am?
Well, your voice is a little,
Wobbly?
it stops and goes.
Ah.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah, I just need to move my seat. Breathe through it. Let me just pull up ChatGPT and I'll have my little thing that I wanted to talk about. All right, so I wanted to do a welcome. I already did a welcome video, but my little script.
Okay.
Thanks for signing on. Sue had a meeting. Did you text her? You should text her.
Oh, I don't have her information, so you'll have to share it with me.
Okay. Does she have yours?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. So welcome. I wanted to share a little bit about myself so that you know about my journey and how I got to where I'm at. And I don't even know if I want to do all that again. I'd rather just dive in and talk about some other
You have to say
stuff.
you have to say you're glad I'm here.
I'm what?
You have to say I'm glad you're here.
Well, of course I'm glad.
The people who called in.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Course module
Okay, gotcha.
overview. Okay. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
I'm Rebecca. I'm your health coach. Blah, blah, blah.
Relax. You got somebody else doing a video call. Don't cry. It's fine. Breathe. Breathe in and out.
Everything is wrong.
Well, it's not wrong. It's just new. Breathe in and out. All right, regardless of what's going on around. Oh, there she goes.
And it turned into,
Maybe a better seat would be good.
I feel that with parents.
Oh, yeah. It was my own fault. I had this bite of this raspberry croissant thing. Just one bite and it was so much sugar.
Well,
Oh, okay. See, I don't even know where to start because everybody's at a
let's
different
just run
spot, you know?
Well, then say that. Everybody's at a different spot, so we're going to start at the beginning. And
these are recorded, so
for
I can
know it,
them up,
people who know it, it's a refresher. I don't know. You can edit this, I hope, because I don't want my voice on here.
What? Yes, you do.
I love
know.
you.
Mom, people love my voice. It's so weird. I'm like, ugh, I hate my voice being recorded.
No, your voice is nice. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. All right, so starting your health journey. Welcome, and I'm going to go over what to expect, a little bit about the science and why our bodies were designed to fast, truth about diets, mindset for change, setting realistic goals and tracking your progress. So that's what we'll be going over today. I don't know how to share my screen yet.
Wow.
So we'll get there. So
That's a lot.
we're probably not going to get to it all, but why not set the bar a little high?
Come back tomorrow. Okay.
There will be more. So I am going to start off with a little bit about myself because my mom is here and she knows me better than anyone. So she can let me know if there's false memories. So I have been in health and wellness for 20 years. I have my master's in health promotion management, which is essentially like public health. It is public health. And I was an athlete growing up and I played lacrosse in college at American University in Washington, DC. During my time there, I had 4 shoulder surgeries. And following that, I had 2 more shoulder surgeries. My health and wellness was pretty much solid throughout. I think my connection sucked. Better.
Yeah, but you build confidence.
Hold on. Yeah, I can edit this, I hope. If not, whatever.
We'll do it again.
Yeah. Okay. So a little bit about myself. We've already started, but see, the thing is that everything keeps surfacing up and bubbling up and then coming to like fruition. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, well, that impacted that, and that impacted that, and that impacted that in my health and well-being. And then it ended up being a culmination of things that I should have recognized. Did you watch the video I made last night, Mom? Yesterday?
Very good. Very
So it's not
good.
like what I'm
Very,
already
very
saying,
good.
so I don't really need to,
Okay.
right? Do I? I don't know.
Yeah.
But because I think that will help me lead into discussing
Yeah.
what
Do it.
where I'm getting, right? Or where I'm at.
It was good. Do it again.
So, all right, awesome. Let me show you this quick. You would love, I bought it because of you. This is half of it.
I
You-
love it. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
There's the other half. So
Oh,
like little more, I had this little morsel like right there. See that missing piece?
uh-huh.
But at least it's real sugar because they make everything here in house. So
Y'all work with them too.
Okay, good.
I don't even need to edit that out because that could be like, don't eat sugar. So let me go up to my thing. Hold on. A little bit about myself. So my upbringing was great. I had sports. I was moving. I was in top physical condition, I thought at the time. Side note, I'm pretty sure I could have been an Olympic athlete if I had known about fasting sooner. But that's neither here nor there.
That ship has sailed.
And so in 2014, I started working for the Army Wellness Center while my ex and I were in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And it was during that time or shortly after when I moved to Fort Hood or Fort Cavazos, as it's called now, that I was put on Wellbutrin by my provider for a mild antidepressant and anti-anxiety. I think it was marketed as to me. I never asked about the side effects. I just assumed I had filled out the questionnaire that said, like, are you feeling a little blue? And I probably was because, life. So I was thrown a pill, never asked about, never really discussed anything. It was just given the medication and I blindly trusted it. And now looking back, that was really the whole like starting point to my I guess my journey, but a nightmare path. I'm not even sure what to call it. Of course, at the time, I didn't realize that that's what's, the weight just, I was not doing anything different, not doing anything exercise different. I had dogs, I had cats, I ate the same stuff. I probably ate even less, and it ended up where I was at 206 pounds and or more because I refused to go to the doctor to step on the scale because it was just so embarrassing. And now I think back and my provider in it was at Fort Hood. So at one point she said to me, "Why are you so overweight if you're on Adderall?" Well, one, I don't know because you're my provider. So aren't you supposed to be telling me that? And then two, I was told to go to the Army Wellness Center where I worked to help get some education and help me. I don't know.
That's ironic.
It's like the army was treating me. I was married to a person in the army. I worked for the army. And I feel like that piece of my life is just all army, right? And it wasn't the best for me, relationship wise, health wise,
How soon are y'all looking?
anything wise, I guess. And so what's funny is, and the irony of it is that at the Army Wellness Center, we did metabolic testing, which is to determine how many calories your body needs to function at a state of rest. So if you were just to lay on the couch all day, how many calories it takes for your body to breathe, like the air in your lungs to come in and out, for your heart to beat, for your brain to function. So that's what like the resting metabolic rate is. And you use that. Well, what we did is we used that, then added in exercise and lifestyle calories, and then we determined the number for that person based on their goals. Well, fast forward to July 15th of 2024. I know we're skipping ahead here, but that's when I found Dr. Mindy Pelz on YouTube, and it was like a light bulb moment. Oh my God, this is what I've been doing. This is what I've been doing. I know I skipped ahead in the whole how I got to where I'm at thing, and we'll go back to that. But it was just like I worked for an organization that one was stagnant for 10 years. Their programs did not change. And two, calories in, calories out don't work. Ping. It just, so going back, I had from 2015 on, I was putting on weight, ended up at, I'm guessing probably about 215. I'm not really sure. And then on January 5th, 2023, I had a seizure. And of course, I was 39 at the time, so I didn't really know what happened. Usually if you get epilepsy or have seizures, it's like at a younger age, unless it's medication induced or another reason. But I didn't even know what had happened. I woke up and thought I had COVID because I couldn't swallow. So I asked my ex at the time to pick up a COVID test. Well, called the nurse advice line, went to the ED the next day, took me off of Wellbutrin immediately. Funny thing is the neurologist never even like let me know that. The person I found out from was my Botox lady, Paula, at the time. And my ex had driven me there because I couldn't drive 3 months post seizure. And I said, "Oh, that's my chauffeur. He has to drive me here because I can't drive after a seizure." And she goes, "Were you on Wellbutrin by chance?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, I have a friend." And I was immediately leaving there. So this was in March of 2023, right before I turned 40 in April. And that's why I had gone to get Botox, which I won't do again. PS, that's toxin you don't need in your body. But so we left there, and then we went to lunch, and I pulled out my phone and I was like, look at this. Look at this. The association between this medication that I was on since 2015 and why I had my seizure. So it was January 5th that I had the seizure. I did not find out the lowered seizure threshold thing until my Botox lady Paula told me. So if you don't think that's like,
Kismet.
I don't, I was just gonna say, if that doesn't piss you off, I don't know what does. So, not you, mom, but like,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, that opened my eyes up to, wow, I've been in health and wellness for 20 years. I didn't even listen to my best friend who told me maybe you should get a medication review. Hey, you've been on birth control since you were 16. Hey, maybe this is what's causing. And I thought I knew best. You know, everybody always thinks they knows best about their little lane, right? Well, I got to work on that timeline of the story better. But so come, sorry, side note. Do you know my second seizure was almost a year ago?
I know. I was thinking about that.
So, and then from the point that I had that seizure in January, I just started listening to my body, right? So I, again, continued doing the same things I was doing. I was, exercising, taking care of my zoo, eating exactly the same, and the weight literally like sprinkled off. I don't even know. For example, when I went to North Carolina for my birthday in April, I did a bod pod when I came back. That was another thing that we had at the Army Wellness Center, which is actually good. It tests your body composition. So it shows your fat mass and your lean mass, total body mass. And it's really good to track changes over time. So if you are, it's basically like stepping on a Tanita scale or any kind of in-body scale or any kind of scale you have in your bathroom with those little metal markers on it that test your body fat. It's like that, but more accurate. So I got back from 2 weeks in North Carolina. I get in the bod pod. You had to estimate your weight that you think you are. I put 175. I was like 154. And I was like, I was just on vacation. How am I losing weight? What is going on here? This is wonderful. And 155 was my college weight. So I was like, I am solid. This is great. I don't even know what's happening. I'm just listening to my body, right? So this is way too long of a story, but whatever. Uh,
I love it.
I just kept listening to my body, and I would go to Bible study or I would go out and, people would ask me, how are you so skinny? How are you so skinny? And I didn't know. I was just doing what I've always done. I've health and wellness background. I think I eat right. I think I do everything properly. So I just said good genes and good muscle memory. And that was my reasoning for it. And then come July 15th, and I'm like, mind blown. And I'm like, oh, you do this and this is the benefit of it. You do this, your skin looks better. You do this, you just incorporate listening to your body and what I found out to be intermittent fasting into your lifestyle. And the benefits are just mind blowing because I've literally said to myself, several times actually, and it was more so then when I didn't know that I was fasting. I kept saying to myself, how am I alive right now? How am I alive right now? Besides my, my family and my zoo, I just couldn't fathom how I'm such a positive person when I've been through so much stuff in my life. And it's not only to do with the weight loss and stuff, but stuff in personal life, life intertwines. Health isn't just a one pillar, it's all the pillars of your life. So, the other pillars are coming in my life and I'm like, how am I still alive right now? Well, I found out it's ketones and oxytocin. So, and those are two of the benefits that you get from fasting, almost immediate benefits that you get when you fast. Ketones make you happy, they make you feel hungry, they're just wonderful. I'm like ketones and oxytocin, this is great. So that's a little bit about me. I want to talk a little bit about some basics. And even if you don't want to fast, it's not a requirement to fast. For example, I have a coaching client, Ben, that I work with. I mentioned Bible study earlier. It's one of the women in one of the women in my Bible study, Charlotte, her son. And she came up to me and said, you need to help my son. He just got diagnosed with prediabetes and he went to Whataburger and got like a double cheeseburger, fries, milkshake, like the whole deal. Come to find out it was a triple and he let that slip, but it doesn't matter. Ben, before I found out, before I found out that I was fasting, I was coaching him. So in a month, just through text messages, he lost 16 pounds. And then subsequently, about a week ago, he texted me and let me know that he lost another 18. And that's just by watching what he puts in his mouth. I think he might have used another word, but we won't use that. And that's just, he's not even fasting. And he says, I'm just working and I'm just watching what I put in my mouth. And a little secret, if you switch from Bud Heavy to Yingling Flight, you go from 22 grams of carbs per beer to 2.6. So you do that math. I can't do it. So it's not only, I'm not only pushing fasting here, I'm pushing healthy lifestyle. Knowing what you're putting in your mouth, knowing what you're putting in your kids' mouths, it's super important. Everything relates back to nutrition. It's probably the most important aspect of health and wellness. Because if you don't have proper nutrition, you can't fuel your body properly to do all the things that you want to do optimally, or you want to be able to function properly, not wake up in pain, not feel like crap, not feel like you have a nap time scheduled on your schedule every single day at lunchtime, because you're not going to be tired, you're not going to need that energy. I'm going off tangent here, but so going back to that,
But it's good.
the healthy lifestyle thing is in making smarter choices. That is the prime, like, main focus. So even if you don't want to incorporate fasting, you can incorporate 3 basic things to start off with to really revamp your diet. And if you don't see any kind of immediate changes from it, then we can take a look at it and see what we're doing to get you there. But it's honestly the impact that it has on your body. Let me just tell you about these three things. So the first thing is refined sugars and flours. And does anybody have an idea out there where you can find those in your grocery store if you go into the grocery store?
Everywhere.
You want to think of when you go to the grocery store, you want to shop the perimeter, right? So if you walk in and you go immediately into those aisles, it's all going to be processed food, ingredients lists that are 15, 20, 25 items long. Now I'm just thinking of when I went to Walmart, and on the perimeter is one of those cooler cases, and it had that guy's cake in that. What is that cake guy from New York City? Anyways, that Italian guy.
Oh, yeah.
Cake Boss. I should have put up a slide for this. I'm going to put up a slide for this. Holy macaroni. The ingredients list was so long, they couldn't even put a proper nutrition label on it. The whole entire label was processed foods. Anyways, so I guess you have to be very mindful when you go in the grocery store or anywhere you're going to go. If you have any kind of local produce near you, organic, even better. I mean, it's expensive, I know, but if you have a local, like, farmer's market, farmer's stand somewhere, a lot of places, I know in my town, you can pre-order your vegetables and fruits from the people who come to the farmer's market on Saturday. You can pre-order and they will have them in your bag ready to go by the time you pick them up on Saturday. You don't even have to like look through anything, and it's great. So I always am going to advocate for local. If you can get local, get local. It tastes 10 times better, and it's full of nutrients and not packed with poisonous, what is that, pesticides. Refined sugars and flours. So back to that. So you want to shop the perimeter when you go to the grocery store. Think about the fruits, vegetables, meats, dairy, cheese, yogurt, frozen vegetables. So if you're walking through your grocery store, whether it be Walmart or does that, I hope everybody can get that picture in their head. When you get in from the outside to the inside, what do you think? I think like ding dongs and honey buns. Mhm. So you can just picture
True
that,
story.
right? And it's everywhere and it's not good. So, it's gonna, they are high on the glycemic index. It's gonna spike your blood sugar. It's gonna start to make you insulin resistant if you're not already insulin resistant. And it causes your blood sugar to go on just an epic roller coaster. Like you want your blood sugar to basically stay stable as possible. Of course, you're gonna have some spikes when you eat because that's what your body does, and we'll get back to the more of that later, the science. But if you're constantly having high blood sugar spikes, it is doing damage to your body. All right, so the refined sugars and flours, and we're also looking for things like processed, ultra processed. We're talking about breads, pastas, crackers, desserts, processed foods, gluten-free. Think about that. Okay, we just mentioned like honey bun, right? How long do you think that that is shelf stable for? Probably way too long.
6 months.
Yeah. And the sad thing is I think they're individually wrapped, but even if you took it out of that wrapper, it's going to look the same as it did today as it does 5 years from now.
Yeah, so.
So
really look at it.
just keep that. It really will. It's just same thing with McDonald's. If you've ever seen that, I should write that down for something. Can you write that down?
Yeah,
So-
McDonald's. Got
yeah.
it.
All right, so processed foods, gluten-free foods, if you see gluten-free, keto-friendly, you have to check the ingredients because not all the time are they telling the truth to you. I fell for this actually buying like keto ice cream and it had like 54 grams of sugar in the whole pint. So you're not the only one getting duped out there. Even somebody in the health and wellness field, because it was called Better Foods. It was from Walmart. I'll put it up there. I think I have a picture. It's still in my freezer actually because I refuse to eat it. So all right, we want to avoid buying processed foods. We want to clean out your pantry of all of these things. So you love those chips, you love those, everything that's processed, it's got to go.
Yes.
Do not add any more refined sugars and flours into your diet that are not already there. So if you're like, ooh, Bear Claw, I've never had one of those, let's just skip it for now. You'll thank me later. So we're gonna move ahead to the
I love it.
what? Is there any questions
I
about
love it.
the refined sugars and flours? And we're gonna deep dive more into these things. But
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm with you.
all right, well, now we're gonna go to bad seed oils. Yeah. These cause cells to inflame, make you insulin resistant, increase your hunger. It will hold on to your fat and it will not allow your body to burn it. Which is one of the two metabolic systems that we have. So we have a sugar burner system and a fat burner system. And when your body switches into that fat burner system,
Way I don't. Basically learning how to measure roots, basically learning.
sorry, I'm trying to think of the science here. Once you get those bad seed oils out, and then you're also switching into that fat burning system, it's going to allow your body to burn those fat cells. But having the bad seed oils in there is going to prevent that from happening as efficiently as your body can.
You're not even, you don't even have to get on.
The oils that you want to avoid. Now, these might be some shockers to some of you out there because you probably used them forever. You thought they were healthy. I know I have a whole pantry full of these oils that I'm about to do a pantry clean out video. And I don't even think I can donate them, honestly. Who's going to want like a half open bottle of vegetable oil, canola oil, partially hydrogenated oil. So those are gonna be things like your margarine from back in the day. I'm seeing hints of Blue Bond. I love that margarine back in the day. Partially hydrogenated oils are made through a chemical and heating process that actually make them really, really bad. And they were banned by the FDA in 2013 or 2015, one of the two. And but there can still be found like trace amounts in your food, especially those shelf stable. And if it's under 0.5 grams, I'm going to double check this because this was a couple years ago. If it's under 0.5 grams of saturated or partially hydrogenated oil, they can mark it as 0, but I'll have to check that. All right. And so we're going to go over those bad oils again. So vegetable oil, canola oil, soybean oil, safflower, sunflower, partially hydrogenated, corn oil, and cottonseed oil. So if you have any of those in your pantry, in your cabinets, they gotta go. They're really not, they're not gonna help you in your progress to reach your better health and optimal well-being. Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So Crisco.
Mm.
Crisco is like a shelf-stable fat or lard. Recipes call for lard and Crisco to make things light, and it's probably cheaper. So bad, good,
So
acceptable?
Crisco used to be partially hydrogenated. If you write that note down for me, I can look into it now because I know that they've had to change their recipe. And I know
Okay.
there's a lot of people out there that like to use that in their pie crust. And I'm going to answer that with a longer answer. So,
Okay.
because once you get rid of the bad oils, you're going to want to incorporate like avocado, olive, MCT, and beef tallow. So I don't know if you can make pie crust with a beef tallow, but that's what McDonald's should have been frying their fries in since I was a kid. You know what?
Yeah, true.
And I had to do a side note here,
Okay.
especially because my mom's on the phone. So, well, I don't know. Maybe I should save that for the other one. Yeah. When we get into proteins and stuff.
Sure. Save it because there's a lot going on here.
Yeah. I know. Really? Okay. I think it's so dumbed down. Okay. So I'm going to look into the Crisco, but again, the FDA said there couldn't be any more partially hydrogenated oils anymore, but honestly, I do not trust big food, big pharma, and big healthcare. That was one thing my ex was kind of on the right path about. Maybe not the right idea, maybe not the right path. But I do not trust them. I would not even trust them. I'm serious. Big food, like the big food industry, is not here to be your friend. If they're not, can I cuss? They could give a shit about your well-being and health. All they care about is their pockets that they're lining. They really do not care. And quite frankly, when the FDA it just seems like they are allowing them to do whatever they want. They are not looking out for you. You have to look out for your own well-being and your own health, because this is what I always say, at the end of the day, you're the person who has to lay your head down on that pillow and go to sleep at night. I know that I can do that because I'm trying, but at least physically, I know that I've done my best not to put toxic ingredients into my body. And honestly, once you get into this healthier lifestyle and or fasting, you don't want to. I was on the way here to Alamo Coffee in my little town, Lampasas, Texas, little local place. And I drove right by McDonald's and I was like, I cannot even stop and get a hash brown. And my mom's on here and she can attest that, like, when we went to McDonald's as a kid, I got 2 hash browns, right? Nothing else.
It was your favorite food. Yeah.
I can't fathom putting like a hash brown on an empty stomach. Maybe if I filled it up with fruits and vegetables first, but like, It's just, it makes me feel ill. It makes me feel ill. And side note on that too, when I was talking about Ben before, and this can go back to the refined sugars and flours. So Ben, he got mad at me because he goes, I went to the diner and I ordered pancakes, and this is the second time in a row I couldn't even eat half of it. And I'm so pissed because I paid all that money and I couldn't even eat my pancakes. And I was like, so his palate changed. He recognized that, and she's had to push his plate away. So made me like a proud mama, even though he's the same age as me. You're once you get these toxic ingredients out of your body, stop putting them in your body, it's gonna be a whole new game. It's a game changer. It's a whole new game once you get those out of your system. I'm gonna say those good oils again, but I'm gonna pull up a different thing so I make sure I have it complete. So you're gonna have avocado oil, olive oil, MCT oil,
I've never heard of that. What is that?
which you can get at, well, I got this at HEB, which is our grocery store. If everybody can see that, all you do is put a little bit in your coffee or your tea, or I've even put it in cranberry juice. I put it in my yeah, even cold coffees that I get. It's great. It doesn't even really taste like anything. And so the MCT oil, that's just medium chain triglycerides. It's honestly the best. It curbs your hunger. It's wonderful. And the beef tallow.
What?
Those are some of the healthy oils that you're going to want to substitute in to the bad seed oils. We got 12 minutes left. I don't know. Where are you? I hear you.
I can't see you. I know, but there. Now
Ah.
you're back. It said recording stop. Now it's back.
Okay. I think it,
Okay.
yes, I'm just trying to pull up my this connection blows here. Why? So I'm being honest.
Or nothing. Just a funny girl.
All right. Let's let's move into the final and third category. Ugh, this one makes me so sad and or angry, because it's like, how are they allowed to put these things into our environment and our food? It's just, I'm all about setting up for success. When I do something,
Uh-oh.
like, I think 15 steps ahead of like everything that could go wrong, because I don't want to have to deal or I don't want to clean up after like a messy situation, or we'll see how good that did. But I just think it's not very conducive to a healthy lifestyle. Like I was talking about before, you have to be in charge of your health and wellness, because nobody else in our society really cares for. I'm not going to say nobody, and I'm not saying all doctors are bad. I'm just saying you are in charge of your personal well-being and health journey, and you have the option to make the decisions to make yourself healthier and live a healthier lifestyle. And I'm here to give you the tools to do it.
So nobody can do it. So nobody can do it better than me for myself.
That's correct. You know your body better
Okay.
than anybody else does. I put my hair down.
I can see that. It's kind of,
Poofy.
yeah. Yes.
Hold on, I'll put it up.
Okay. Wait. So you don't have to.
No, it's Fusi. And so also, I just want to reiterate this before I forget that not all diets, plans, exercises, specific like ketogenic diets or extreme one size fits all out of the box programs. If you've tried them before and they haven't worked, I know who hasn't tried them, some supplements or weight loss, crazy weight loss programs. A lot of the times when you don't see sustained behavior change or things that you can do in your life, it's because those things are crazy and they don't fit in your lifestyle. You have to become rigid to fit into a diet. You have to, oh, well, I'm traveling here and then I can't do it here. And then I work these hours. And when you're investing in yourself and trying to improve your health and well-being, the best thing you can do, in my opinion, is listen to yourself and listen to your body. Because honestly, nobody's going to do it better and nobody's going to know it better than you. So you can go into your doctor with a whole list of questions and everything else, but you need to be able to listen to your body too, so that in case you're receiving treatment or something is going on, you're given a medication or you're given some advice from your physician, always listen to your gut, always follow your gut. Always, always, always. If you try something, that I tell you to try as a healthier option, it doesn't make you feel good, then don't try it again, or maybe try it in a different way, but always listen to your body first. So, and I'm going to say something else too right now, so that it probably will be uncomfortable. You're probably used to eating, crap, honestly, refined sugars and carbohydrates. It's not your fault because it's literally everywhere and there is very limited healthy options available in certain areas. A lot of places have great, Whole Foods and Sprouts and places that don't use pesticides and stuff, and that's great. It's expensive, but there are ways you can do it. So it might be uncomfortable for you to make changes and might be uncomfortable to your body because your body's not used to it. It's not used to receiving healthy things and things that our body should receive. It's used to receiving crap and toxins and all of this stuff that does not belong in our body and does not provide any kind of fuel or nutritional benefit whatsoever. So that's why I'm going to get into this. So let me wrap up that thought. I just want to let you know that it might be uncomfortable, but the outcome and the long-term benefits are immeasurable in my opinion. It's worth the little
Does it
uncomfort
get
that you
more
might
comfortable?
experience in the beginning of this transition. But it will pay off. So let me get to that third category here real quick so that I don't run out of time. Obesogens, like plastics, high fructose corn syrup, monosodium glutamate, sugar substitutes like NutraSweet, aspartame. Like, why would you want to even put something in your mouth that's called aspartame? Like, it just sounds gross. Ugh, such chemical. If you can't pronounce a word on a label, do not buy it. Put it back on the shelf. Anything that's kind of like sciencey looking, that's man-made chemicals and it's not good for you. All right, so this is also artificial colors and flavorings, red and blue dyes, saccharin, Splenda. I used to think Splenda was like the healthy alternative. Nope. And when I was talking about before the refined carbohydrates and sugars, when you go and get those honey buns or those ding dongs, that's not even sugar. That's high fructose corn syrup. That's man-made, and that wreaks havoc on your body. So again, high fructose corn syrup, monosodium glutamate, sugar subs like NutraSweet, artificial colors and flavorings, red and blue dyes, saccharin, Splenda. There is so many more though, because guess how many names there are for sugar? Somebody guess, please, please, please.
Wow.
Do you have a guess how many different names there are for sugars? That there
12?
But 262. Like
Oh, so 12 is wrong.
yeah. Because it's all, that's why when you look at that ingredients label, you want to make sure that there is not chemically named items and anything that does not look natural. On that note, a good rule is if it doesn't have a nutrition label, it's probably safe to eat. So what is that in the fruits and vegetables, right? Produce section. If it does have a label, it's one of those
And meat.
well, meat has a nutrition label usually, but it's like store printed, right?
Oh,
You know? Or like if you get
oh, okay. I didn't know.
the packaged ground beef, and we'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Breastfed, it's the best. So I don't even I'm not even gonna give you substitutes to put in for this stuff unless you want it. Yeah, I will in the beginning. If you're
In
gonna
a
have
future
any of
video,
those,
we can
please just
talk
use,
about
like
that.
real sugar, like real, like natural. If you have to have that sweetener in the beginning to get you over it, but do not use any of this fake stuff. And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about Diet Coke. All you out there drinking Diet Coke, especially, this really gets to me too. I'm a big fan of Real Housewives on Bravo, if anybody watches that.
What?
So there are
Oh, yeah.
and so the Real Housewives of Orange County are on there. And I cannot tell you the number of times somebody's ordered a Diet Coke and I just get enraged because it's killing your gut biome. It's impeding any kind of weight loss that you're trying to have. It's absolutely toxic to your body. If you want to drink a pop or soda or wherever kind of whatever you call it from wherever region you're from, for example, if you're going to drink a Coke, do not get an American Coca-Cola Classic. Get a Mexican Coke in a glass bottle because that is cane sugar. So that's going to have less of it's going to spike your blood sugar, but it's going to have a less of a detrimental impact on your health and well-being because it's not full of crap and high fructose corn syrup and toxins to your body. So, I'm all like in a tizzy now. I get so angry at the way that we're being for our health and well-being. It's just unbelievable to me. Okay.
Okay.
By removing these processed foods, these toxic obesogens, and I know you probably have maybe not have heard that word before, but just think of it as artificial something, artificial flavorings, chemical made, should not be introduced to the body. Literally just think toxic. When we start to remove these like processed foods, these toxins, those obesogens, and those bad seed oils, I want to take a survey of how everybody feels on before this and then day 1, 2, and 3. That would be wonderful.
I
know I'm kind of breaking up.
missed that part. I don't know what you just said. Okay.
Once you start to remove the processed foods, the obesogens, the bad seed oils out of your diet, I'm very interested to see the effects on your body when you all start to do that. So the action step in this recording is going to be to record once you start taking those obesogens, bad seed oils, and refined carbohydrates out of your diet. I would encourage you and would like you to start a log just so you can keep a tally of how you're feeling. And it could be once or twice a day. Just record that so you can see how you feel, because if you're doing it right, it's going to feel stupendous. Let me just tell you. I need to go more.
So
Okay.
is that the first assignment? And what's an obesogen? What does that word mean? I'm not familiar.
I want to get the right definition. Man-made chemicals that wreak havoc on your body. Yeah, because high fructose corn syrup
Okay,
is a
here
chemical.
we're going to go off script for a minute.
Yeah.
Obesogen, the foundation of the word is fat making.
Yeah.
It's a product that creates fat. That's what obesogen means. So every time you
Oh,
eat one of those
generate,
things,
get it.
you are, get it? So obese generation. So I think that's a point to make very clear when you're asking people to take something out of their diet, they won't understand why,
Yes, okay, perfect.
unless you explain that, okay?
And
That's
it'll
why
help, it'll make
I
your body
asked-
hold on to that weight too. So when you are, if you introduce
Yeah.
those back in and you're trying to lose weight, it'll prevent your body from getting rid of
Okay.
it. And it prevents like
Because it,
proper mitochondrial function. I don't want to get into all the science because my brain's gonna start to hurt. It blocks the pathways so your cells cannot function properly. It doesn't allow your body to regenerate cells. Do you know your
It-
body regenerates every 7 years?
oh, pretty soon I'm going to be 21 again.
We are on that path. Everybody thinks we're reverse aging. Oh, did I tell you I just
There you
told
go.
Pete about that story about the hospital?
You mentioned it, but you didn't go into much detail about it.
I
What
think
did she
somebody
say
in the
when you told
audience
her?
who has a little story about her refined sugar. We'll
Would
talk
you
about
like
that
me to
next time.
tell
Do
my
you want me to
next
tell-
time?
Yeah.
I'll tell you next time. You got to come back for that.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we'd be the best team, honestly.
I do. I think so too. So what's your
Is that
wrap
too
up
much of
on
a hot
this?
mess? I can stop recording now.
Okay, stop recording and I have some feedback.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I'm so happy that I got this over and done with. I have like a big pit out of my stomach and love you, Mom. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording. Oh, wait, I think it's gonna
Okay.
like end it then.
Oh, well then we'll just FaceTime.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to run and get on my other call.
Okay, bye.
After,
Talk to you later.
12 to 1:30.
Bye. See you
Okay,
later.
love you. Thank you.
Love you. Mwah.
Did you see it?